affliction, you know, what does a furnace do? It burns out impurities, or even a sacrifice. In order for that sacrifice to be accepted, fire has to hit it.
Right. Yep.
There ain't no sacrifice that can't be accepted, it just sits there. Nothing going on. No, the fire gotta hit it, man. You know, and we give our bodies like a living sacrifice. But you know how much brothers like just gave up? You know? At the end of the day, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's dumb as shit. Compared to this, you know? But as the saying goes, man, the Lord he will test your nuts.
Yep.
He will test your nuts, man. You know?
I just want to back that up, you know. Talk just mentioned how there's prophets that's not mentioned, but the scriptures mention, but they just don't mention them by name. This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 1. It reads, after these things the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them two and two before his face into every city and place whither he himself that wasn't mentioned. You know, so hey, you don't think just because you know you hear the names of the the certain ones that are mentioned that's it, man. That's not it, bro. There's many others that were sent, man. You know, just proving that point that there are those prophets that were not named.
Sirach 44 verse 8 and 9. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be recorded. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men whose righteousness hath not been forgotten. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. Backing up that point, what you just said.
You had those that were mentioned, and you had those that were not mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean that the things that they did is going to go unrewarded? No, man. Right. There's a reward for them too, although they weren't mentioned, man. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on into their seed. You know, everything is going to be good, bro.
It's beautiful, man. Because you know, like what Elder Michael read in Romans 11. You know, when you go into that kind of history, Elijah thought he was it. He thought he was the only one. He was like, Lord, they gonna kill me. You know, Lord was like, man, bro, not bro, but he's like, man, look, there's other men out there doing the same thing you doing.
Same thing you doing, bro.
Trust me.
All right, somebody out there done count their hair that you done caught before, bro.
No, hey, can I back y'all over something? Oh, you said you had something?
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, start.
Acts 1 and 21. Say, 20. Done. All right, this is Acts 1 and 20 in the NLT. It says, Peter continued, this was written in the book of Psalms, where it says, let his home become desolate, with no one living in it. It also says, let someone else take his position.
Right, it's going to Judas. All right, so Peter was getting
Speak up a little bit, bro.
done. So basically, this is going into Judas, man. Peter was speaking about Judas. All right, keep going. They're talking about replacing someone to fulfill his spot. All right, keep going.
Acts 1 and 21. So now we must choose a replacement for Judas from among the men who were with us the entire time.
Right. So there were men that were following Yahweh with Peter and them the entire time that's campaigning like this, bro.
Right. It says, so we must now choose a replacement for Judas from among the men who were with us the entire time we were traveling with the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Right.
From the time he was baptized by John until the day he was taken away from us.
Right, you see? So there were men that was following Yahweh Shai, and when he was baptized with John, all the way into him going into the heavens, man.
Right.
That it's not named like that. It mentions, you know what I'm saying? It mentions Mattathias and a couple of more men, but it was more. You know what I'm saying? These were just the men that was chosen from them, and then they chose from those three men. You see? So that lets you know, man. Even going to like I think you read in what Kings, going into Obadiah. Somebody mentioned about
I mentioned
the 7,000 going into Elijah.
Yeah.
You had that one man. I think his name was Obadiah. And he had told Elijah that, look, man, I hear the prophet Lord 50 by 50 in one day. Yeah. You see, so they were prophets of the Lord, but their names are not mentioned, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's many more, bro. All that's gonna be unlocked, bro. When we to get into those new bodies, man.
Right.
You know? So the main thing is just to focus on the portion that the Lord gave you. You know, focus on the portion that the Lord gave you, man, and learn how to, and it's easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
Learn how to embrace the hell that you catch. And asking Yahweh about you outside of it. Asking for the lesson out of it. You know, because the Lord will tell you the lesson out the hell you catch. I want to try to run.
Or like the brother said, there's life. I mean, there's lessons in the shit you go through.
Yeah.
It's always lesson in the hell you go through. I got one real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 10 and 11. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that the life also of Yahweh Shai might be made manifest in our body. That's why Apostle Gabar would always say, know why you in this thing. It's about suffering, man. For we which live always deliver unto death for Yahweh Shai's sake, the life also of Yahweh Shai might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. It's all about suffering. This servant is not greater than his master. So the first thing that comes to mind when a person asks me why I'm doing this is because of this right here, what I just read. Always bearing in our body about the death, because we out here in the flesh, anything can happen to us. But nonetheless, again, the servant is not greater than his master, man. Right. So Yahweh Shai had to bear his cross. We have to individually carry our own cross, whatever that may be. You know, that was it.
Beautiful said.
I got you actually, Ron, back you up. Matthew chapter 10, verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Whatever the tribulation, the trial we got to go through, that's what it is, you know. It sucks, but again, that's a purification moment. I be listening to the like stoic videos, that pain, like we need to take pain and use it as fuel, man. The reason why we get caught up with the pain, because we got emotions tied to it. I mean, the shit sucks, it hurts, but if we can detach from the things that we care about, maybe we'll be better off, you know. But again, we're in this flesh, and this flesh is tied to this world, man. You gotta, Taj.
Verse 39, he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And that's just backing up the point, man. You gotta be selfless in this thing.
That's right.
You know, you have to be selfless and understand that this, you know, it's not about you. You know, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, whose only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, man, has this, and he has the ministry meticulously set up the way that he needs it set up. And everybody has to play their role in their position. You know, but in the role and position that you may be in, you know, the hell that somebody else can catch can look more severe than others, but you catching the allotted hell that you're supposed to be catching.
Right.
You know?
This is Matthew chapter 20 and verse 22. Yeah, I'm starting at 22. It says, but Yahweh Shai answered and said, ye know not what ye ask. Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of? Matthew 20 and 21. I'm going to start with 20.
Yeah.
It says, then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with their sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? And she said unto him, grant that these two my sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on thy left, in thy kingdom. Verse 22, but Yahweh Shai answered and said, ye know not what ye ask. Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, we are able. He saith unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
Yes, you gonna drink of that cup, right? Hey, you ask the Lord, hey Lord, let me get more wisdom. Oh, really? You want more wisdom? Okay. Oh, you want more faith? Okay. Right?
Yeah.
You want this? You want the accolades? You want the, you know? Okay, great. We gonna have to go do some things, bro, in order to get it.
Yep.
Hey, then you get it, then the level of demons go fuck with you.
Yep.
The demons go level up.
Yep. More money, more problems.
Yep.
We got spiritual money. As you get more, you know, more in this thing or progress in this thing, you
gonna have more demons coming at you, bro.
Right.
All types of demons gonna come at you, bro. You know? But then going back, hey, you asked for it.
Right.
You first coming in, you in, Lord, give me wisdom. You know, I'm gonna pray like Solomon. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking for wisdom. All right, bro.
That's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sirach chapter 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. Prepare your soul for temptation if you come to serve the Lord. Right? That temptation gonna come in many folds.
Man.
If it,
Right.
right? Things that are good about you and things that you need to work on.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they can't accept that they're wrong. But they have certain things they need to work on. So they fall out, they fizzle out.
Right.
You know?
Man, hey, that's a part of Yahweh Shai's baptism. Man. Like John was saying, I indeed baptize you with water, but one shall come after me that shall baptize you with the Holy Spirit and with fire, man. That fire is catching that hell, man. Dude, that's a guarantee. That's one thing that's guaranteed. You say it's a waiting game, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord know what He's doing. He ain't gonna put too much on you that you can't handle, man. So if you're going through something, you always gotta revert back to the scriptures, bro.
Yeah.
Like the elder was saying, easy, you know, we saying it, but when we go through it, you be like, damn, you gotta apply it though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe.
Matthew 16:25 says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." Matthew 16:25. "Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." And that's it. You know, when you let go of this world, which is actually, I'm gonna read the next one too. It says, again, I'll expound on it. It says, verse 27. It says, verse 26 it says, "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? But what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" All right, and you look at it, when you come into this truth, becoming a new man, you losing your whole life. You gotta let go of certain mortal thoughts, and because the Lord is building you back up, you gotta basically get everything wiped away. It's like a computer. You're gonna wipe away that drive. You're gonna build it back up. You're gonna put a new memory back in. The Lord is building us up, and now we gotta let go of these mortal thoughts, as the scriptures say, because that'll keep you lagging. That'll keep you behind. That'll keep you back like Lot's wife, turning back, looking to see like, damn, I missed this, I missed that.
I could have did this. I could have went here. I could have did that. I could have, you know, when the world's about to lose.
Yep. Right.
So what could you have done? What could you really have done?
Right.
You know, and if demons attack you as you get older, this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, ain't no going back to that old body that I had. Ain't no picking up the, ain't no getting the boxing no more. It's over.
Right.
It's over, baby. No, time is past.
Right.
And if you ain't willing to carry your cross or giving up things, the Most High will put a spirit of sorrow on you. The brothers, hey, you got some brothers that could have made it, bro. I'm talking about seen, beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Could have got, man. Look, could have independent artists, everything, bro. They gave it up for Yahweh by Shimmy Hawashai. Right? Ain't look back. Happy to do so. Right? But everybody, they don't have that mental fortitude or faith, really, to give those things up and remain faithful and thankful. You're not doing the Lord a favor by being here, bro. The Lord's doing you a favor by allowing you to be here.
Right.
You're unprofitable servants.
Mark 9:49. For everyone shall be salted with fire, and every sacrifice shall be salted with salt. And that just ties back into the point.
Man.
You're gonna. It says that every sacrifice will be salted with fire. You know what I'm saying? Are we not living sacrifices?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go through things, man. You got to give up things, go through shit. You know, but as the thing, you know, as time progresses and you go through experiences, that gives you the ability to help somebody else get through it as well too. You know, that's why Scripture says a man that had traveled and had to, you know, had to experience many things. You know, there's brothers that's gone through, you know, elders, apostles, elders, brothers that gone through lots, like that gone through a lot of experiences, man. You know. That's why the scriptures also mention not doing anything without counsel, because I guarantee you, if you're doing something, you're thinking about it, and you ask somebody, and you get the counsel from it, somebody's already gone through it.
My brother and I already tried it.
They already tried it. They give you that advice, like, look, hey, don't go this way, go that way. Don't do this. Trust me. You're talking to somebody that's been through it. I'm trying to give you advice. You know?
Right.
But hey, every sacrifice salted with fire, man. You know? But that salt goes into also too. That's why every sacrifice in the ancient world, when you did a sacrifice, salt was required. But that salt goes into a bonding, like an agreement that you have with Yahweh Shema Shai. Man, this is an oath that you took. When you put your hand to the plow, that's an oath. You know? And you can't. That's an oath that you can't turn back on. And if you turn back on it, you out. The Lord gonna get you. He gonna get you out of there. You know? The only thing you can do is keep. The only thing you can do is keep pressing forward. You already know what's gonna happen if you don't.
Right.
You know, somebody be like, man, I'm coming to the man. Came into the truth, man. Shit, I've been catching that. He was catching hell before the truth.
Right. Now you know why.
Now
you know why.
he was
Yeah,
catching hell.
The rain falls on the just and the unjust alike.
That's what you said. Yep.
I don't know why my little family don't like me. Well, shit, man, you picking up the Bible.
Yep.
What you expect? Man, my girl, that's a right. Everybody, before they got in the truth, they had to leave their old lady, bro.
Man.
Every single one of us, bro. Had to leave somebody. Somebody got to go.
Yeah, buddy.
And you elevate and you hear the celebrity speaking, they say, you can't take everybody to the top. But shit, how much more so for us?
Right.
You can't take everybody to the top, bro.
Man, supposed to say, let us throw off every weight. Man's holding you back.
Right. A lot of these people that are dead weight in your family, in your life. There's a reason why you try to, you know, it's like you try to form a relationship with a lot of people and it just doesn't come into fruition. And the reason why is because these are the people you're supposed to be forming a relationship with, bro.
Right.
Not the people of the world, not your family. Now you can be cordial, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a level of disconnect.
Right.
And it should be that way.
Yeah. Because they don't think like you. They don't understand the way you do. You don't understand, hey, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, ye are from beneath, I am from above. So your level of thinking and discernment elevates way beyond what they even think and what they can comprehend, man.
Yep.
You know, you thinking 4, 5, 6, 7 steps ahead. They thinking of this, you know?
Yeah. They think about bills and vacation.
Yep.
Right.
That's it.
And laughing.
Pretty much big king.
Right. And mean shit. They ain't thinking about the kingdom of heaven. They're not thinking about pollution. They're not thinking about what's going on in the Middle East.
Right.
They're not thinking about food shortages, famine, pestilence.
Right.
You know? So no, you're not gonna be comfortable around people in the world, bro.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna, and conversely, they ain't gonna be comfortable around you. It's gonna be a disconnect.
Right.
That's why you have to separate yourself, bro.
Yeah. That's right.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra 9:51. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
That's right. Understand for yourself and seek after the glory for those that be like thee. Man, when you young in this thing, and it's period. Forget about being young. When you in this thing, you have to cleave unto the brotherhood, bro. Once you get away, once Satan gets you isolated, that's when he works on your mind, bro. Right? Certain things can happen to your life to where you don't want to be around nobody. Like, I don't want to be around Jay. I don't want to be around anybody. I want to be by myself, drinking, or doing whatever I do. And that's where the Lord, that's where Satan gets you, by isolation. Because if you come around the brotherhood, there's a level of accountability. We all being watched. You feel like you're being watched? Yeah, you are. Guess what? Every single man up here is being watched. If I say some stupid shit, guess what? I'm gonna get my ass cursed the hell out. Right? If I do some off the wall shit, guess what? I'm gonna get my ass reprimanded. Because I'm held to a standard. And most people that fall out, they get tired of being held to a standard, bro.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I can add too, Jaquan. Majority of our people, because you mentioned how Jake is into folly, madness, you know, memes and crap. You know, when you read in Isaiah the 42nd chapter, verse 22, it goes into how none saith restore. That's the mindset of the majority of our people. They're not looking for the kingdom of heaven, man. But when you read in Acts the first chapter, verse 6, they ask, you know, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to basically to Israel, roughly paraphrasing. That's the mindset of these men you looking at right now. Again, it started with Apostle Hart, all those righteous spirits, man. You know, Lord willing, we can be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? The restoring, man, which represents the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So that's the two different mindsets. You got 2/3 of our people, none said restored, then you got the elected 1/3. That's in the mindset of restore, man. The kingdom, that's what we're looking for. You know, we have that kingdom mindset. They don't.
Isaiah 58:12. Let's see. I'm gonna start at verse 11 actually. It says, "And Yahweh shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones." He says, "And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not." And
that water represents this knowledge, man. The scripture, this is the living water, man. You know what I'm saying? And the water to Yahweh Shem Shad, and he gave it to us. That gift, man. We ain't did nothing to deserve this. You know, our righteousness is filthy rags. We all deserve death, man, at the end of the day. So to have this is a beautiful gift, man. You know?
Especially in the desert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dry land, and on top of that, dry bones.